Excuse me. Okay, good evening. It's late, but I wanted to get this done. And my goal is to get 3 in this video. If I get more than that, you know, it's a minor miracle that would be. But anyway, these are journals for young ladies in my church. And this is one that was decided later, but it is also for a young lady. These ones are very similar, so I'll do those first. And we'll start with 3. So let's scoot 3 aside. And I've made them all traveler's notebooks sizes, so they're 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. Now, frankly, I've heard so many different sizes of what a traveler's notebook is, from 8 by 4 to 8 1/2 by 4 1/2. So I decided to go right in the middle with 8 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I hope it's remotely right. So excuse me, that being said, they are all eyelet and ribbon closures. Most of them have a muslin, tea-dyed muslin on the spine. They're all one signature. They are all made out of Tim Holst paper pad. I do believe it's Wild Flowers. And it's an amazing, amazing paper pad. If you can get it, get it. It is gorgeous. So they each have the word journal on them in somewhere. And most of them have a, oh my goodness, a Mrs. Coggs image. So this is one of her Pink in the Garden. And of course, did I remember to open any of them? Of course not. So here we have a bead dangle. This is some imitation turquoise that I thought were pretty. Woo, 1 down, 7 to go. Oh, it's going to take all this time just to open these things. Okay, here we go. With the leftover paper pad, let's see, I put 2 pieces together and then sewn around them. But with the leftover piece from the top, I folded over and made a tuck spot and sewn it with everything else. So each journal does have a little envelope, and on the inside they each have 2 jar die cuts and 2 different colors, and they're each held together with a little floral brad. And each one has a tabbed index card that says "And the story begins." I'll go into more detail with this one, and then the rest will just mostly be a flip through. There's a lot of tea dyeing in here. Just a little stamping throughout. Each one has a Little House on the Prairie coloring book page. This one I goofed on, and I actually put something over the coloring book page. But that having been said, it turned out kind of cute. So it's a pocket made out of cardstock on some of that vintage 1901 paper. Isn't that pretty? This is a die cut from a swap I did, and this is mine. Then, excuse me, inside we have a Frankentag. This is some paper punch and quote and a little fabric packed onto cardstock sewn around. That turned out nice for something that wasn't supposed to be there. Okay, and I do believe each journal has a calendar page. So you know that on the other side is a little tuck spot, pocket, something of that sort. Excuse me, this one, you can unfold it and journal and all that, or you can leave it how it is. Inside this one is an ultra guest check. some papers throughout. Different little bits and pieces I've added. This is a vintage, I think from the 40s or 50s, gardening book. And so I've done a quarter doily punch, heart punch, a little journal card, and a tag from Front Porch Designs. No, Porch Swing Designs. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Okay. Then we have, because it was mostly just writing on the other side, so I put a cute little notepad paper here. Each journal has a map page. So on the other side, it's like right side up on one side and then upside down on the other. So the upside down side, they have Edith Holden, book page, tuck spots with a tag. Say I'm not going to go into much detail, and here I am detailing. Each one in the center has a pocket. This one was kind of, excuse me, long, so it has two with my embossed birds and leftover paper from the paper pad. Tab comes from Vintage Paper Emporium as the shop. And then we have some corner punches. They all have that. Another Edith Holden, and another tuck spot with the tag. Excuse me. Each of them have a binder clip that I received in a swap from Rosemary, so they're each a little different color, and this one's yellow and pretty, and they each have a innkeeper little pocket envelope thing that's so pretty. And each one has something inside of it. This one has a scripture quote. Some more quotes, some more, and this is the gardening book, so on the side is another to-do list. The other half of the calendar page. This is my favorite one. It's kind of shabby chic and twine bow, and just, it's cute. And then everybody's got something in the back. I do believe they're all Hermelinda type tags. And that's that one. And then we have this one that has polka dot on the spine. And it's bead dangle right there. Very pretty. And it has ribbon, has gold on the sides of it. It's kind of pretty. Again, same thing, die cuts, index card. Calendar page is the first one on this one, and I love all that purple and blues. So pretty. So we have a tuck spot here. And with this, how I usually leave them open and you can journal on the inside, I've sewn them all the way around to make an envelope. And inside this one is an index card, cheated, stained, and this from Angelica, little journal card. We have a pocket with another journal card and a tag. It's a die cut I received in a swap. Sewn all around it. Edith Holden. I've made this tabbed index card more narrow so it can fit on the page and behind the tuck spot. And then this tag. gardening book. This one is an actual pocket rather than a tuck spot. And this is also a die cut I received in a swap. Isn't that impressive? My goodness, that's a nice one. And then it's just some stationery. Come on. Stationery on the inside for journaling. Of course it's for journaling. What else would it be for, seriously? And then a notepad, note paper, and, well, it's kind of a cardstock from a paper pad. So it has a little notepad behind it, note paper behind it. The center. Tracy Fox, awesome quote. My file folder bases. Another tuck spot that you can journal on. Here's the other half of the book page. And some more stationery to journal on. Oh, I said it again. Okay, just assume everything in here is free to journal on. Or how about we do that? Here is the binder clip. It's pretty. I really like the back on that one. And a quote. Edith Holden. Punched reindeer. Script stamping behind that. Pretty blue bow. And some grid paper behind it. And then in the pocket, we have a journal card and a tag. Other half of the calendar page, an Ultra Guest check, some napkin decoupage, and lace. And another Hermelinda tag with Tsunami Rose bingo card. Okay, we're moving along so swimmingly. Swimmingly? Really? Okay. Swimmingly. So we can get one more in, I'm sure. And then to not bore you too much further, we'll save those for another video. So we've got fabric on the spine of this one. Beautiful. I love this paper. And I put journal way up at the top on this one so that I wouldn't mess up any of those flowers. They're so pretty. Mess up. Cover up. The bow pin on this one has that bead dangle. Your basic black and white. Goes with anything, as my mother-in-law always says. Envelope. Index card. Doily. Pocket. Note paper. Some leftover paper scraps I had. This comes from Pinterest. And then I just sewed in a few papers. Tuck spot. Quarter doily. And this is a Nectar's Creation tag. So pretty. Love her stuff. And this side, we have a scrap from the paper pad. It's a tuck spot for this tag. And whoop. And this little teeny tag. Calendar page. So pretty. Thought it kind of went with the yellows and the flowers in the front. Tuck spot. On this one, I had one in each of the tucks on this one. I got this at an estate sale that was full of bridge tallies and such. Well, I'm assuming this is some sort of a bridge tally, but I don't play the game, so I don't know exactly, but I thought it was good for journaling, and it's quite vintage. Here is hers with a pretty yellow clip. And a quote. Edith Holden. A tag that I've made with leftover paper in the paper pad. She's got an Edith Holden book page pocket in the middle of hers. And a quote. And this is Tracy Fox. Oh, I love those. They are so fun to use for decorating, embellishing, whatever you want to call it. Edith Holden, Altered Guest Check, with a little piece of embossed paper. And there's the other one. A maybe tally card for bridge. Quarter doily top, Nectar's Creation. I tried to keep them similar from one side of the book to the other, so if it's something on this page, I try to have something similar on the other page. That way it doesn't get me all confused about what I've done and what I haven't done in which book. Especially when I'm doing multiples, it seems to help to have some sense of order, continuity, whatever you want to call it. The check spot here, note paper, pocket, and some more note paper in it, and another little notebook that I made with scrap papers, and this is from Pinterest, with a couple of flower dies on it. And this is her Melinda tag. I've sewn all around this one for no apparent reason, just for cause. And this is Mrs. Cox. Flying birds, I believe. Okay, and those are the first three. These are, of course, they're all spoken for, but I just wanted to share. So we'll call this a project share. Project? Journal share? We'll call it a journal share. And, oh my gosh, it's late. So I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm tired. So have a very good day, and